All right, welcome everyone. This is a Viper Professional Training and Sport webinar. Today's date is Wednesday, October 19th, 2016. This is a Wednesday night webinar, and the title of tonight's webinar is Should I Hold the Trade for Runners, and How Do I Do That? And as everyone knows that's been to our webinars or our live trading room, everything that we say and do at Viper Trading Systems is for educational purposes only. Futures trading, forex trading, any kind of financial instruments trading involves risk. Therefore, there's always risk of loss. You should only trade discretionary capital, and that is money that you can afford to lose. Nothing said in this webinar, other webinars we might have, our live trading room or anything else with Viper Trading Systems should never be construed as trading or investment advice. And as always, everyone does trade at their own sole discretion. Any questions on the disclaimer? If not, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Bear with me a second. You should be able to see a screen. Now, the reason I purposely didn't put prices on this is because I want everybody to tell me basically where the next trade should be and should it be long or short. Okay? Looking for an answer on that. Now, you don't have your mid bands and everything else, and I did that on purpose because I want you to be able to see the swings. You know, because trading is about those swings. Long trend, higher lows, higher highs on those steps. Opposite for a downtrend, right? Doesn't matter which one of these trends you pick. Okay, yeah, you're looking for a short, aren't you? So let me ask you a question. This has gone down huge. You can tell by Lightning 3. Lightning 3 is like this. Notice when Lightning 3 starts with a green, it has to hit a yellow, okay? But it has to hit a green before it'll ever make the swing. So, you know what the deal is, this literally came all the way down to here because there was no zigzagging on a larger chart. You know, it was just practically straight down. Okay, so what I look at when I'm looking at this type of a chart, and you know that we do this every single day, is I look at this right here. If this is going to head down, I expect that swing to hold. It may wick it, but if it rolls over through it or touches it, I'm going to take that trade. Now that's while it's in a downtrend. Now, what if it decided to do an uptrend instead? I think everybody in here knows exactly what we're looking for when that happens, right? If this was a high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low, doesn't that establish that lightning swing? And this is Lightning 3. So if this was to break up, wouldn't we be looking for something like this possibly? And then break back to the upside. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, we'll be able to tell even closer when it gets there of where the little swings are, and I'm going to show you how to identify those little swings too in real time so you can actually see it, just like those trades were called on oil and TF and everything else today. Okay, so let's look at the actual chart and let's see if we can get us a trade. Bear with me a second. I'll bring you over with a object trader and the chart. So judging by what we just said right there, what I just said right there, let's look at that swing right there, right? And isn't that the mid band? So wouldn't I be looking for no higher than this and any kind of a rollover, okay? So let's see if we can get it. Now if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But let's go ahead and do a quick little trade here if we can get it. All right, so let's just watch it, and I'll turn on the timer, and you tell me when to hit the button on this, okay? Just tell me when to hit the button on it. Now we expect a lower high. Now it's already taken out resistance, see down here, even before we started. So it's going to try to come up here or even here, you know, where this little swing is. Looking to the left to trade the right. Here's another one right here that it could possibly hit, you know, but it would have to roll over for me to get that. So we'd have to take this out. Let's see if we can get us a trade. And by the way, I'm going to show you how to do actually like a runner if you want. You know, to give an example, you could go ahead and put like 7 on your second contract and then go for a runner. You could go with 12 stop with a break-even trigger of 12 if you wanted to, something like that. Okay. And let's see if we can get this trade. Now, this predictor is saying right up here, I don't expect that though, because that's resistance and that's actually your lightning 3, which should actually hold. Where it broke down from 51, well, yeah, you'd obviously already be short, but not from where we're at now though. You see what I mean? Because let's just pretend we missed all this, because we did get this yesterday, remember? When this came back into stealth here, and it finally rolled over and took out this little swing here, even that's where I got it. It was a little late because it had already busted down because we were trading TF also. Okay, let's see if we can get us a little trade. Now, your safest trade, by the way, on a short type trade on a retrace is at least at mid-band or higher. Okay? Any trade other than that is not as safe. Now, if you box it in and you've still got room to go like to the bottom, you could still do that. You know, to give an example, let's say that it breaks this and we can try to get down to the low. We could go ahead and put a trade in if it takes out this swing. If not, so far it's still doing the old lightning dance up, isn't it? So let's draw another line here. I don't like this one simply because it's not enough room to go down here. So I'm waiting on a retracement, see if we can get it. And by the way, if you missed this trade, where would your next one be anyway? You'd want to break, say, 13 here, right? And then come back and kiss this area or this area. Look there. See it right there at mid-band? Now I got that a tad late. Man, I got it on a little above a bar close. Okay? And let's see if we can get 10 ticks or 12 ticks, something like that. It doesn't look like 12, but it hit our support right here, didn't it? Right at my line. There's resistance right there at that lightning swing. You could go ahead and take this off if it closes above that. So far, it's making a lower high. We're okay. Try to get something like that. If not, if it breaks our lightning, thrust retrace or thrust retrace. See the higher low right here? Low, high, higher low. If we get a higher high like this, we could take it off anyway. And it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a trade unless it goes ahead and takes it on down there. Because see, that would be lightning back to the upside if that actually does decide to stair step. Okay, so we didn't get a runner on this one at all. At least we haven't yet. We might. This was after we closed the room yesterday. I did that on purpose because I didn't trade it. It looks like it's going to get us. It got us. Okay. Now, real quick, if this is going to be, and it looks like it might be, see your low, your high, your higher lows. What are we looking for? Well, what did I say earlier that we're looking for? We're looking to break this, right? And let me ask you a question. If it broke this, where do you think it would come back and kiss? Anybody? Because if you'll draw your lightning on your chart, you're going to see, more than likely anyway, where it's going to come back and kiss. Let's draw it from right here. All right, so if it breaks resistance, which it is, it's got to take this out to change trend 3. See the power meter? But wouldn't you be looking for a little thrust up and a pull back into here? Let's see if it does it. This is what I look for all the time. You break resistance. What do we talk about? If it can't take out support, it'll take out resistance. It's taken out lightning 3, not with a close yet. That'll change to green, see it? Right there. So let me ask you a quick question. Where are we looking for the trade? Where did it break up? You want to put a region there and see if we can get it? it should, it's either going to pop up good and strong and come back and test here, or it's going to pop up a little bit and come back and test here. So I'm going to be ready for it either way. Now if it pops up and pulls back into here and then decides to go again, I'll go ahead and take this one instead. But remember, looking to the left to trade the right, it just broke above this swing. So it's looking to come back and check it. And watch and see if it doesn't just do just that. You know, watch this one run away from me, but more than likely it won't. They'll thrust up, they'll pull back. Lightning swings. Now, if I wanted to make sure that I at least got in something, I could go ahead and have one when it hits here, just in case, right at mid-band. Now you think, why did we not go for like a phantom or something like that? Anybody see why this trade is not one of those? Because it took out the medium swing. That's exactly right. Somebody already got it. You see what I'm getting at? This phantom may go ahead and work, but they usually don't when they take out medium swings. You know, just like this phantom right here, to give an example. Let's see. You had a medium swing right here, so you have a high, a low, a higher high, medium swing, and see they took it out and it did not work on the phantom. Okay. Did we come down and kiss? No, not yet. We'll wait a minute. If you're aggressive, you could go ahead and take this trade if it comes down and kisses this line, but this is where I would like to have it right there, looking to the left to trade the right. And watch and see. You want to see the progression they'll probably make? And I call this in real time in the room a lot. I mean, you'll see it on charts. If they don't, if they come down here and then they pop up, what do you think they'll do? They'll check here, they'll pop up again, then they'll check here. Watch and see if they don't. We'll go ahead and buy one right at that line. And then we'll buy touch plus 2 if it gets down to where I want it. So right now I'm just dipping the toe, so to speak, like we talk about in the room. Go ahead and speed it up a little bit. It's pretty slow after we close the room. Okay, you're popping up a little bit. Still haven't checked where we broke out. Wouldn't your stop be right underneath that swing? That's your identified swing. That'd be 13 ticks instead of 12. Looky there, we're going to get it. We did get it. 4. Okay, move one target out of the way. Go looking to the left to trade the right. See where your swings are. You got a swing right across here, looking to the left. So we'll get that one up there. Get this one out of the way for a minute. See where we're at. We already took out 38. See here, you could take some profit right here. Actually right there at 43. And then your next place to take it, looking to the left to trade the right, would be there at 50. And then next would be 60. Okay, now tonight is about riding runners. This looks like this might possibly be. It is a trend change, by the way. It hasn't changed trends as far as our background is concerned, but does everybody see what's going on right now? Took out the high on a medium swing. You've got a low here, a high here, a higher low. It held support, and it's bouncing. Okay, what if you weren't quite that aggressive though? You want to see another trade? Because I'll show you exactly where it is. Let's just kill it, and I'll show you where the trade could be also. We'll go ahead and let it tag that target because it looks like it wants to. But let's just say you're a little more conservative and you want to go ahead and just take this profit off the table. You've got a couple of $100. Where's the next trade on this chart? Anybody? Judging by just what we did just now, where's the next trade on this chart? Everybody see it? 45, right? Maybe even 46 if it doesn't come down all the way to it. And watch and see if that doesn't happen in real time. We'll go ahead and just ride this runner, but let's just add, we'll just add to it if it does that. Actually, that's 4, so you probably wouldn't do that in real, but let's do it anyway. I want to show you how this works. Draw your line on your chart. That's resistance. Takes it out, comes back and kisses it, goes up again. That's what we're looking for. Test it here, so it shouldn't come down there anymore. It's really testing, yeah, right here on 38. See if it bounces. How many of you trade like this? Looking for those pullbacks like this? Because KISS trades are the key to success in trading. Because you can tell when they break resistance. Watch and see if it doesn't do it. Now, if it just blows up through here, it may make another one, but it's still going to do a KISS trade regardless. But let's see if it blows up through here or just comes up and then comes back down. Now, does anybody see how to hold a runner on this already, though? Well, it came down a little bit, didn't it? It's all right. We're still in it. Just KISS support again. No big deal. See why our stop's not here yet? Because it didn't take out the top. We don't have an identified swing. That looks to me like it's going to be the identified swing now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Anytime they do that, where they take out, where they haven't popped up and give you a new identified swing, that's going to be your new one. Unless they headed it back down. Everybody see that? Now look what we got. Fairly decent. Now, could you take off a couple? Absolutely. You know, for instance, if you saw this happening in real time and you just want to try to save some profit, it's bouncing off support again, right off this line. See it? As soon as it takes out this top right here, you could take a couple off. There you go. You could actually just sell 2 like that, sell 2. Now, real quick, where is this pulling back into? Right as we speak, where is it pulling back into? Right where we said it would. See it? Right on top of here. So isn't that a good area? Let's say you weren't even in this trade. Stop would be under here. Buy it off support. Your lightning swing is right here. That's identified. So just so we go with what we call our identified swing. See the identified swing? And now let's see if we can do a runner. Let's see, typically does a phantom, like in this scenario, occur below the secondary swing in order to be a valid phantom? Well, Kenneth, on your question, what I personally like about phantoms myself, now if you were like on a second chart, you could go ahead and take that phantom, but it's already happened. See here where it came up through line 2 and or line 6 and rolled back through it? You could get 5 ticks probably. But when I don't personally like phantoms, when you take out the left side of the screen, your medium trend. See, and they took it out. So they're looking more for a trend change. See, they're starting to get highs, lows, higher lows, higher highs. So that's not a phantom I look for. Just like this is not a phantom I look for here. Now this one right here technically is, because look at this, double top, phantom. Your medium swing was all the way down here. Obviously you wouldn't put your stop there or anything, but see how your medium swing, that was just a huge thrust up, medium swing technically, but it never took out the top. So that's when that phantom works. Now what's the difference though? When this actually takes out your swing, see you have a low, a high, a higher low, higher high. So right across here is your medium swing, and even here is your medium swing as far as that goes. See, kind of a secondary one. And what did they do? They came down to phantom. They tried to bounce a little bit, and if you did happen to get in that, it already turned to a red background before you could have, because the bar didn't change to up till it was red. So you wouldn't have been looking for that phantom. But just like this one here, see, it took out the medium swing. Now, does that mean it won't barely take it out, like 4 or 5 ticks, and then roll under it? Well, if it does, then, look at your lightning swings and go ahead and take the trade. For instance, if this would have done this, thrust up, pulled up here, pulled up above this, and then taken this out, you would have taken that. But notice before this hit this low here, it never took out this high. So see, that was just like an ABC, still respected this swing down here. See your high, your low, your higher high, and then you had a higher low, not a higher low still than down here. Everybody see that? That's what you're looking for. That's why it's so important to use lightning as those, identified lightning as those stops, because you can usually hang on to a pretty good trade. For instance, if you were up $500 like right now, wouldn't that be enough? I mean, that's pretty good. Absolutely. Okay, but what if you missed this trade even? What if you just totally missed this trade? What do you think it's going to do again? Well, it popped up above this one, pulled back and kissed it. So let's see if it'll do it again here. Watch and see. Came down right on top of that one, and even this one right there is pretty much where it broke up. And it just kind of kissed it. See that? But isn't this a high, a low, a higher high, even a higher low again, and even a higher high again? So you could actually put your stop just under there. Would you wait for a bar close to enter on those? Well, Mary, you certainly could. The main thing I would be concerned about, first off, would be, how many legs has it made? We don't talk about Elliott's too often, and I don't want to really get into Elliott waves, but you're going to find that a lot of times when you're trading, just to give an example like this one here, let's look at it from the medium standpoint instead. I'm going to pause this chart for a second. We'll kill this trade because we can get back in it. All right, let's look at the medium trend. See if we can figure it out here. Okay, so you have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. So isn't that lightning 3? Okay, see that? Okay, so this is pretty much telling you that you're definitely in that uptrend, right? And what I was going to say here, for instance, see how this came right back down, didn't take out the low. As long as you stair step up, see your high, your low, your higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. It hasn't printed yet, but isn't that a higher low than this one here? Right? So couldn't you actually just totally stay in that trade for a runner? Because when it quits doing that, it's through until it retraces. Let's see, why are there 2 stop orders on your chart? Oh, Greg, on your question, because you can use exit on close on Object Trader. Now, if you're the type of person that actually just likes to purchase on a thrust, you've still got to use lightning. For instance, if I saw this and I said, you know what, this just looks like it's going to head up to me. Well, if I'm dumb enough to do that, where would my stop be on this chart? Let's say that, I saw this and I just go, you know what, this just looks too inviting. So I hit my order. Where's my stop got to be? Not right there. It's got to be underneath lightning, right? So see, I would be risking $340 on that trade. That's not a smart trade, okay? Because lightning has to be respected. If it's not stair-stepping, then you know, if you're stair stepping like it is now, you could see that no matter where you put your stop, like if I was to protect myself like 12 ticks or 10 ticks or whatever, they're going to whack it. But they won't whack that if they're going to head up. But keep in mind that if I did this on a thrust, I've got to pull through $340 a pullback. What if I'd gotten in 4 contracts instead? I'd be pulling through, you know, $680. That's not smart trading at all. You see what I mean? So what you want to do is you want to wait for it to at least pull back, consolidate, or something like that. Okay? Let's look at it and see if we can get in it a smarter way. So I'll go ahead and close that out. Let's look at it. Got a little swing here that they haven't tested. Got a little swing here they have not tested yet. Okay, this would be quite risky. This would be really risky to box it in, right? I mean, you know, it may go like a house afire. We don't know. But, you know, if you box it in, okay, there it's breaking lightning a little bit with a close maybe. See my lightning? See if it closes. No close yet. Now this wouldn't be quite as risky, see, because I could put my stop underneath lightning. See there? Even though that's a thrust, it did enough to give me a lightning swing. Now, will that lightning swing hold? It's a pretty minor one, so it's hard to say. But if you draw lightning 1, it will draw there, I do believe. Let me check. No, it won't either because that wasn't enough of a retrace. So I'd probably, in that case, bring it down just a little bit further just in case. Like it should hit its head here, and it would almost have to hit its head by here. So that could still be a bad trade. If it thrust up a little bit more, that would have been a lightning swing. It didn't thrust up enough to draw lightning. That's lightning. Let me check. Yeah, that's lightning 2. Let's draw lightning 1. See, even lightning 1 is just right down here, right now anyway. So if you draw it from here, that's what it'd look like. See how it comes back and kisses those areas though? Kisses where it breaks out. Off she goes. More than likely kiss where it broke out, or at least here. You know, that's a risky trade right there, you know, especially at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and also at a predictor. You'd probably want to at least box it in. But let's go ahead and keep it for now just for the fun of it, just to see if it'll give us our trade. Because it did try to do a little lightning, it just didn't make it. And then tonight's is about showing runners. If you want a runner, either get your targets out of the way, okay, totally out of the way, or you can even get rid of them totally by just Xing them off if you're using Object Trader. Okay, let's see where we're heading here. Got a swing right across here. That'd be a pretty good little truck up there, wouldn't it? And then you got another a priori type, the numbered swings way up here at 90, almost 90. Everybody see that? And it could go higher. We might run even higher than this. It's hard to say. I don't know what it did after we closed the room down, but we'll find out. Now, if you're going to really stay in this trade, obviously lightning formed right down here, and that's where your stop would have to be, but that's 20 ticks. That's $400. Would you put your stop that low? I'd probably put it there if I was dumb enough to have gotten in where we just did, but you really want a pullback or at least a little break. If this will pop up, we'll get a lightning swing up into here, hopefully. See if it does. Give it a little bit more oomph here on the see how those micro swings work though? That's the one reason that I like 4-range bars better than any bars out there, because you can't see this with Rankos. You can't see it with, you know, most any kind of bar, unfortunately. But with these 4-range bars, you can darn sure see it. and it's great. Okay, where do you think this is heading down to right now? I'll bet you're right on top of here to on top of here. Let's see which one it dances off of. We'll speed it up just so you can see it. Lightning is still down here. That's way too heavy of a stop. Now this should form a lightning now. See right there, you can move that stop on up. That's how you stay in a longer term trade, by the way. Whoa, whoa. Well, that hit all targets. Everybody see how to stay in a trade? Notice that I didn't move my targets, so oh well, I just got taken out. Okay, now if you get taken out of a trade, where's your next trade on this chart? Not the same rule that we just went by the way. Okay, when you've had this monster of a run from 50.31 to 51.07, that's almost 80 ticks. Okay, it's 70 for sure, right? So let's look at our lightning. Let's get rid of the lightning 1. And let's look to the left to trade the right. You shouldn't be able to take out this swing right here, right? That would be obvious. If you were still in the trade, where would your stop be? Well, it'd be right under here, wouldn't it? So you pretty much took out that swing. Not quite the way I like to, but I wouldn't bring it all the way down to here. You know, you might even fade it back just a little bit because it should hit its head on top of that line, 93. And it may even hit it before that. It should, because you want a higher low than this right here. Everybody see that? Now, what if you saw this? Well, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so obviously we wouldn't be trading anymore anyway, right? So let me fast forward to today. See if I've got today recorded. I think I do. Bear with me a second. I'll get it to this morning when we took that trade. $7.50-ish. And we'll use the same logic, and y'all tell me where you would get in the trade, okay? Because we got in this trade this morning, you remember? Still loading, just 1 second. Come on, load. Okay. This is 7:21 in the morning right here. By the way, this was a lightning swing right there. Everybody see that? That's not a bad little place to look for getting in that trade. That was around 7:30 in the morning, wasn't it? You want to try that one? Well, we already missed it. Let's see if we can get another one. Now, looking at this chart, where would you think your medium swing is on this chart? You do have a little bit of a, what we call ratcheting up here. So this is your medium swing. And this one for sure would be a very identified medium swing, right? See here, high, low, higher low, not much higher high, but it did ratchet up and close above the swing. So isn't that your medium swing right there? And wouldn't we expect it to hold? Absolutely, right? Now, if I was to take this trade right here, I would probably do like simply a 5 ticker because I already missed the trade. If you got it at the ellipse, it was much better than right now. Okay, and we're even getting some slippage too. Let's fast forward though and see if we get 5 ticks. Okay, now looking at this chart, just what we're seeing in real time, where do you think that this could very well come down to and check? Or pop up? You know, we may even get a real pop-up first. We don't know yet. But let's look at a predictor and see if we can get us a trade. 51.25. You definitely have a swing there, don't you? Let's go ahead and look at that. That would be, okay, let's draw some lines on the chart. And I'm going to change the color of these because I don't like light blue. We'll go ahead and go with navy. Yeah, medium blue is fine. All right, so we've got a swing here. We've got a swing here. And we'll watch for a predictor too. How did I get under? That's weird. That shouldn't have been down on price at all. We were up like $1,100. Something went crazy with OT with this market replay probably. That's okay. You want to see us get it back? Let's kill this trade. We didn't get our 5 ticks for one thing. So we're going to get a trade bouncing off of here or here. Okay. Now we're going to watch for that because I called this in the room this morning, and we had these lines drawn. See if we can get it. Now, if you wanted to actually just try one contract right off that line, we just missed it, unfortunately. Oh, is that what it was? If you change the time market rebuy, that's probably what happened. You're right. Okay. So anyway, don't pay any attention to this because we were up. We were definitely up. But what Peter said is that actually changed the time by moving this little slider, so we lost our trades. There's our trade, by the way. See it? Everybody see that? That was a pretty good little trade, wasn't it? Where's our stop on this one? Well, let's see. Close below or lightning. See your lightning swings? Your lightning swing is right there actually right now. Okay, we got stopped. See if we can get another one. Whoa, that was too quick. I called that one this morning in the room though. Remember it? Right off that predictor. I got this thing going 50 times. Should have slowed it down. Remember that trade I called in the room this morning? Right there. And that was a very, very good trade, by the way. But if you missed it, what do? You got to wait. You've absolutely got to wait. So where would your target be on this one? Right up here and right there. Right? Everybody sees that? Now, does anybody have any questions real quick? And when you look at this video later, don't pay any attention to this red because we were definitely not red. I moved the time where we were in yesterday and then I went to today because we had some really, really good trades on that. So let's see if we can get in another one. You want to? That's at a high. Where's our next trade on this chart? Let's look, see if we can get it. Lightning, thrust, retrace, thrust. That's our little swing area right there. See if we can get us a trade off of what, 27? Is that what that is? Now, if it goes higher, we may get even a higher area than that. We'll find out. If it thrusts up again, it's going to be right across here. Right now, it's here. But if it thrusts up again, it'll be right through there. Actually, right there on that line, because that's your lightning. See if we can get it, something. We'll look. See if we get a little pullback. Predictor will be the way. There we go. And we took out the top. That's good. Now we're looking for a little retrace or a continuation pop to the upside. See if we get a predictor. Where's our trade on this chart? Well, I'll tell you where I think it is right now, at least for a scalp. would be right here. See the swing? See if we can get that one. Screen shouldn't be frozen, hopefully not. Oh, okay, you thought it was? Everybody see how you can see these trades though in real time? Because, you know, if this trade doesn't work out, it's going to be lower. It's going to be down here. There's our predictor, by the way. Let's try to get 5 and 10. You know why I'm doing that? Because we're chopping. We're not taking out those highs. We may get a runner, we may not. But there's where my trade is, isn't it? Come on, crude. See if we can get that. I'll speed it up to about 10. Hopefully I can still get it. See, that was resistance. Now it's support. Just in case. See why I did that right there where that little lightning swing is? I don't trust this trade simply because it's not making higher highs. That looks like it's going to consolidate to me. Maybe we can at least get back to where we got some profit in this thing. That just hit the top. I'm going to close it. See where it hit that top. And let's look for another one. We're going to get this profitable, even with that time change. Let's see, ticks and then your main chart looking for deeper pullbacks where you try for the gusto. Well, Doug, keep in mind though, you basically already had a gusto. See this? We got that huge move. Now, what is this so far when you look at this chart? Well, let's see. You've had a, let's see, thrust, retrace, thrust. Basically a thrust, a retrace, and a huge thrust. So, you know, like a leg 1, a leg 2, a leg 3, a leg 4, a leg 5. Never took out the top really, so that's not a leg 6 yet. That's pretty good thrust. So when they get into this stuff like this, I would pretty much, this is another trade right here, by the way, at mid-band. And keep in mind your mid-band trade is much safer than the one I just took a second ago because we didn't have much to go for. You see what I mean? Because to the left, you didn't have anything to shoot for. See if we can get that trade. I'm going to get this thing profitable. I'll bet we can get it. Going to get it. A little lower, come on. Didn't quite get down there. Nope, that was inventory. You remember what we did on inventory this morning? Look at that thing go on inventory. Remember how we said, though, not to hold a trade at inventory? This was the only day that I would have said you could have held a trade. But we didn't hold the trade because let me show you what usually happens if you do. Let's say that you were in this from down here because we called this trade in the room this morning, okay? Let's say you were in it from down in here. And let's say that you thought, you know what, this thing could just go nuts and you had your stop right there. Usually most every time that I've ever seen it, they shotgun it and they take that out. And they may even take this out. See what I mean down here? Your next swing. And they just shotgun all over the place. Today, they just happen to shotgun up. Okay? Now, what did we do this morning, though? Let's just see if we can take one more trade, by the way. You want to try it? Where's support on this chart? Right here. Remember this trade in the room this morning? Got support right down here. That was a little late, but we got it anyway. See it come right off support. Stop would be just right under here since that's 12 ticks. And I'd probably bring it just a tad under it, just a couple of ticks. I'm going to go ahead and add, since it took out that little swing. And then let me ask you a quick question. With exactly what we're talking about so far, where's your next trade on this chart? What do you think? That's a lot of contracts, by the way. You could go ahead and close that out. But where's your next trade on this chart? Just by what I've been teaching all night, didn't you break out right across there? See the little consolidation and boom, off it went. Don't you think it'll come down there and test that? You want to check it and see? I'll check it and see. Looking to the left to trade the right. That's where it busted up. Should come back and kiss it. You could also get ready to take a break, but that'd be a little riskier. Anytime they break up, you know how you draw those boxes all the time in the room? What do? They bust up and they pull back and check it. We also got this trade, I'm almost positive, because it came right back on top of our box. And couldn't you box it in right above here too? So in other words, you're looking for two trades here. Right there. Let's just do 2 and 2. And we'll do 2 more if it takes out that line. Exit on close, we're still okay. Going to do 2 more if it takes out that line. See how that came right on top of that box? Just a little lower, but that's what they do. See where we had the box drawn? Let me get it right where it was, right there. Well, it did just come on top of it. Sure did. And by the way, while this is doing this, couldn't you do this? And be ready for the trade? Doug, on your question too, let's see, then your main chart looking for, the one thing, the best place you can get into a trade, period, is after that bottoming out, you know, from one trend to the other, where you get that thrust, the little pullback, they start breaking swings and you start getting that 1, 2, 3. That's your safest trade. And then you look at leg 1 and see how large it was, and then you can pretty much tell how large your leg 3 is going to be in kind of multiples of fibs. But this little trade right here, by the way, this is another way that I do like to trade too. You may not get the trade. I'm pretty sure we did though, because we had it, this is where our box was at 9:30. And then we broke this little deal right here, I'm almost positive. And it'll add it when it closes. There it goes. Pretty monster, huh? Now, let's slow this down a little bit, and you tell me where you think that you can get back in this trade. What does everybody think? Anybody? Well, it already hit 82. Somebody said 82, but it's already done that one. See it? Thrust, retrace. So what about 88 or close to it? Let's see if you can do that. Let's just pretend we've only got, we'll take 3 off. Let's see if we can get a little thrust and pull back. A little thrust. Now, if it just thrusts like crazy, this isn't going to do it, but it's got to do a little thrust, right? And a little pullback. See if this kiss trade type stuff doesn't work. By the way, your stop would be just under right there. 2 contracts. Okay, so we've already tested 82. You can see it. Little thrust retrace, tested it. I haven't tested 88. And of course our stop would just be under that swing. Okay, let's see if they'll do a little bit more thrust up and then pull back and kiss that. We need a little bit more. See if we can get it. Not yet. Not yet. Close. Real close. Real close. See if we can get it. If that bar closes, I'll go ahead and add those 3. And it did. See how it came real close to my 88? Didn't quite get there, but it came within a tick. Now, real quick, what I had the webinar about tonight to begin with is, should I hold the trade for runners and how? And the only way to hold these things for runners is lightning. You know, it's real simple. Because if you look at this chart right now, let's draw lightning on it. Your low's right there. You got another one right here, right? As soon as it pops up above here, I'd trust this one. But not just yet. I like the secondary one until it kind of pops like that. That's kind of popped. See there? Now your lightning swing is nice and identified. And then just ride it up there. And this was, we were still in the room too, by the way, and this trade was still going, I'm pretty sure, when we closed the room. But isn't this the best way to hold your runner? You know, and I've got 5 on right now, so obviously I might want to get rid of like 3, because see, I'm giving up a lot on this trade. See there? That's not smart. Now, if it holds this swing, I'm probably still smart, but you know, that was a pretty deep retracement with 5 contracts. That was like $500, right? So you always want to get rid of some. Since we held it, we'll be okay. But you shouldn't let it retrace that much with 5. You can let it retrace that much with a couple. And then just watch your lightning. Every time they thrust up, they pull back and they kiss. Everybody see that? And when they quit doing that, look at that, kissed right on top of that swing right there. Where do you think it'll kiss next time? Well, it should kiss right there. Let's see if it does. Yep, a little bit lower. Tried to check the lightning, didn't take you out. Your stop would be right underneath there. And now where would your stop be? Your stop would be right under there. And you could even go under here if you wanted, because that's a thrust retrace, lower high, and it just took you out. See that? And you could have had it right here too. That was your lightning swing. So they did take you out. Okay? Now you look at the chart, and where's your next trade on the chart again? Well, it's going pretty quick, so let's see if we can get it, and then I'll wrap. Let's look to the left to trade the right. Got a swing right here. Because they broke micro, right? Once they break micro, what are they going to do for you? When they break micro, they're going to go down and check medium, so that's when you look for these swings. So I'm going to look for right about there and there for a trade. See if we can get it. See why I'm looking there? They broke micro. They're going to try to check this medium swing at 88, don't you think? See if we can get it. Does everybody do this same way? When they break your micro swings, as a rule, they're going to go down and they're going to check medium swings. This is the medium swing on this chart right here at 88. See your big thrust up? That's the same principle that we were looking at here with this micro. See, micro, touch, micro, touch. See all that? Thrust up, touches the previous swing. It's the same principle except it's the Lightning 3 once they break the micro. Everybody see that? Medium is Lightning 3. I don't know if we got that or not, but this will be the last trade if we do get it real quick. There it is. See it right there? There you go. Just got you a trade. Do you see why I went there for that trade though? Because when you break Lightning 1 and Lightning 2, you're looking for that Lightning 3. Notice how when they're stepping up, you're getting this constant up move. They hold resistance. They hold support for sure. See how this popped up? This little deal here, it held support instead of resistance right here. Okay, so it pops up, pulls back, doesn't take it out. Pops up, pulls back, doesn't take it out. Then Lightning 3, but it was still higher than this one, see? And then basically, that was pretty much where your stop would be right there. See there? High, low, higher, high, Lightning. Once they take this out, you can count on your mid-band trades and also look for these pullbacks into previous support. See that? Just like that. And where do you think this is going to change trends? If it does change trends. What do you think? The same exact way it just did. You want to see if it'll work? We're almost ready for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, but let's just see if we can get one more. Support is right here. Resistance is right here. Look at there. Just kissed right back at that line, didn't it? Bingo. See how that works? It didn't take out resistance. It took out support. What did I do? I waited for support to be taken out, kissed, and then rolled over. And again, if you look, you'll see where your next trade is again. Just watch your charts. Yeah, Lightning 1, Pervez, on your question, is simply the 4 range, 1 strength swings. The Lightning 2 is 4 range, 2 swing strength, okay? And your Lightning 3 is 4 range, 15 swing strength. Where's your next trade on this chart, everyone? Mid-band, swing. You want to see if we can get it? There it is. See it? That's how easy it is to do it. Okay? Viper is magic. That's absolutely right. When you look at Lightning and you take into consideration that they break micro trends, they're going to go down and check your Lightning 3 trends. Okay? And always be looking for where they broke down because they're going to go back and kiss. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great evening. Going to go watch the funny debate. Hope everybody does too. Whoever you vote for, vote. All right. Good night, everyone, and thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed it, and it is recorded, and I'll get it up there later. And anybody has any questions, I can answer them tomorrow, too. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.